Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got the 2023 Life Cycle Impulse, or LCI/refresh of the 330e. Is in the lovely Portimao Blue, which does require you getting the M Sport package. So it's not $650 for the paint, $650 plus the price of the M Sport package. So it's the G20 chassis. So as we mentioned, newly refreshed. So revised front end, revised headlights, revised front aerodynamics / air dam, front fascia, whatever you want to talk about it. But looks pretty good, especially in Portimao Blue. This is revised headlights. And you can see we do have the cornering lights, which means we have the Shadowline package, which also explains the Shadowline lights, as well as the blacked out grille and other features, as well as the red M Sport calipers over here on the style 791M wheels. They're bicolor. They look great against Portimao Blue. Of course, there's red M Sport calipers as well. So last year, being you put these things back on, or maybe on, electrified by eye on all the plug-in hybrids. This is your charging port. As long as the car is unlocked, you can open up that port. This is only level 1 and level 2. Level 3 charging or DC fast charging is not available on the plug-in hybrids. You have just a 12 kilowatt hour battery, and not all of that is usable. So the EPA estimated range for the 330e is 22 miles of full electric range. With the xDrive, that estimate drops to 30. Now you can get better than that. You can also get worse than that depending on conditions in terms of how hot or how cold it is, as well as your particular driving characteristics. So Portimao Blue, again, one of our favorite blues. It's a really nice, rich blue with metallic flaking. It's fantastic. All right, so rear end, 330e badging. Dual exhaust on the back here, and that fake, faux diffuser that doesn't really do anything in high gloss black. Much more aggressive looking than the pre-LCI version of the 330e. Here's our Portimao Blue out of direct sunlight. Then moving back into direct sunlight. So this was a store inventory car. It did have a name on it after it went into production, but that person backed out. But we got a fairly large allocation of 330Es, I think a couple months ago. And these are starting to arrive now at our dealership. I think we had over 30 330Es, so that took care of our waiting list of the order bank. And the rest were spec'd for store inventory, which probably won't last very long. All right, so opening up, we are greeted with cognac perforated sunstick. Obviously the classic combination that you could get with Portimao Blue. Of course, black would also work. That would be a very safe choice. Also Takora red, but cognac and blue look really, really great together. Great looking seat, is comfortable, so you don't get the adjustable bolsters with Sensitech, at least on the 3 Series. We'll take a look on the inside, go over a few features as well. All right, so no surprise here, iDrive 8 instrument panel. So right now I have it in Sport Extra Boost, technically, in order to keep the engine on, the lights on while I'm filming the car. But if you go to hybrid mode, you can see the instrument panel changes a little bit. So you have your charge here as you're coasting or braking. We go full electric mode. So this will be basically a power meter here. And there's 40%, that's when the electric power is sort of depleted there and you don't want to use that. So hybrid mode will kick into the gas engine. Move that to hat. All right, in terms of setting the car up, so if we go to electric mode, all right, so I am still in hybrid mode. And what you can see how the instrument panel changes. So you got your power meter over here. So up to 40%, roughly. You'll be on full electric. After that, if you're a little bit more aggressive on the throttle, you'll switch into the gas engine portion of it. All right, so into electric configuration mode. So if you want to make this the default setting for your car, go to Configure Individual, and then toggle this to Electric Individual as default. That's how you make sure you always start in electric. Another thing you can do is go to Live Vehicle, and then you can go to the Adaptive Content. So this will show you what's actually showing up over here in the instrument panel. Charging and electric mode, so you'll notice this will say in very clear letters, charging or electric mode, or electric drive, I should say. So when you're in hybrid mode, they'll show you what the car is actually using. Now, if you have enough charge and you're gentle with the throttle, you're going to be in electric drive mode most of the time. Hybrid mode kicks in when you're above that 40% throttle, basically, and that's when the gas engine will kick in. If you're really gentle, it's going to do, the preference is going to be using up all your electric range. So right now, I have an estimated 16 miles range. I did eat up a bit of that getting over here, and that was basically the climate control settings. So I had the, zoom back up, heated steering wheel on. That's going to drain, or parasitic drain on your battery range, as well as climate menu. If you had these things set to on, this system is going to help drain some of that battery as well, especially if you have the heated seats on. This is the auto setting here. You change this intensity for the heated seats. Eventually, it will come on. I haven't figured out exactly what the logic is behind this thing coming on or not. Sometimes on high or even medium, the heated seat comes on. Even if you up the temperatures, it doesn't really do that either. To make sure, hopefully that would come on. It just does not really do that. If you want control of the seats by itself, turn off the automatic program and you adjust the heated seat values here between 0 and 3, just like you normally would pre-LCI, pre-iDrive 8. I'll turn that off for a minute here too and go back into the sport mode and have that engine kick on. So let's go over pricing and options as well. Okay, starting price of the 330e is $43,300. Portimao Blue $650. Sensitive is included. Driving assistance package for $700. Shadowland package for another $1,300. The M Sport package for $2,550. A premium package for $1,350. Then we've got a deletion of the digital key. So if you add wireless charging to your vehicle, you will get the digital key back as well. And then $875 for the Harman Kardon sound system. All told, MSRP of $51,640. So you can go definitely higher, depending on what options you choose. Now, I do realize that there is some talk of the parking assistance package at least coming back. That's appeared on the X3 already, but has not made its way to the 330 or 330i or 330e yet. I imagine that might be for January production, even though the Build Your Own does show it as available. It is currently not. So Build Your Own can be incorrect. What you really need to focus on is what's available in the dealer ordering system, and that is not yet available. So the trim here is oak matte finish wood trim, which looks pretty good. I mean, there's a little bit of texture to it as well. It's very nice. Go down to your gear selector, nub, and everything else here in the center console. No surprises. And then driving modes, battery control. So you use the gas engine to, one, drive your vehicle as well as charge the battery. So helpful on longer trips. Sport mode is going to make use of the gas engine. Primarily, if you use the extra boost function, you will get a little bit of boost in horsepower and torque. Hybrid, and then electric mode as well. All right, move to the back. What I'm going to do, oops. All right, so let's take a look at the trunk as well. So kick to open is back. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So there's no powered trunk available. That was removed sometime last model year. So in the back, got a little bit reduced room as well. Got a little bit of extra storage below here. But basically, with the 330e, you're going to lose not a significant amount, but a good amount of space here because the trunk floor is raised. And back we've also got our home use charger, the level 1 charger that comes with the vehicle. All right, we'll walk around. We'll also take a look at the engine compartment as well. So it's the B48 inline 4-cylinder engine, 2-liter displacement, paired with that electric motor. Gives you 288 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque, or torques, as we like to say. So up a little bit from the 330i. And here's what the B48 looks like. So slightly different. You can see that iDrive logo down there. You can see the orange wiring for a high voltage battery, so the 48 volt system. But a pretty good car. So in terms of whether or not you should get one of these cars, I think you should really consider what your daily commute is like. So if you're within that range of 20 miles, give or take a little bit, and you have access to charging at work, this is a good candidate for you. Make use of the tax credit while it still exists. But if your daily commute is much longer than 20 miles, this may not make a lot of sense. You might be better off with a 330i rather than the 330e, but here in California you do get access to the high occupancy vehicle or carpool lanes. That's another benefit. That can save you some time as well as money as well. But 330e, great car, pretty good value as well, and fun to drive. That's it for a relatively more involved tour of the 330e. We'll see you at the next video.